What a beautiful day. First off, I want to remind you that Radio Waves Music Festival is funded in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, the Grand Marais Area Tourism Association, the Gunflint Trail Association, and Visit Cook County. So let's thank them for supporting us. We always have a gospel show on Sunday morning, and it's great to see a lot of folks have shown up already. It just, and it's extra special when we have the Carpenter ends. You know, they are the house band for Mountain Stage, which is one of the syndicated programs that we host on WTIP. And they've played also, I think, at North House, and it's just wonderful when they're up here. And I don't know, I think we're about set to go, so let's give the Carpenter Ants a warm applause.
Hey, happy Sunday morning. We're always happy to be here, be anywhere on a Sunday morning, really, but especially here, and especially it's noticeably warmer. What's going on? So again, we want to thank everyone at Radio Waves and WTIP for having us up here again. It really is, this is one of our favorite things to do, and in particular, this Sunday morning thing is probably our favorite thing to do of the whole year. So we're really happy to be here again. And also, you guys are so lucky to live here, but you're also so lucky to have a station like TIP that puts on these kind of events.
That's right.
And trust me, it doesn't happen every place, but it also doesn't happen the other way around. Not every station has such support from the community. So it goes both ways, and it's really kind of wonderful to see that. So, without further ado, we do have our longtime good friend, Carah Thomas, up here, and she's kind of the reason that we started coming up here as a band after Mountain Stage. Okay, so we're gonna start out doing one ourselves, and then, I don't know, maybe John will show up here in a minute. It ain't no use, nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no, it ain't no use, nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no, 'cause my mind is made up and my soul is heaven bound. It ain't no use, nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no, I've been tempted and I've been tried ever since I've been born. Yeah, yeah, and I'm so tired and I'm so weak. Lord knows that I'm a one. Oh no, see I've been up so many times and I've been down, down, down. It ain't no use, nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no. No, no. Oh no. It ain't no use, nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no, I said it ain't no use. Nobody gonna turn me around. Oh no, I said it ain't no use. Nobody gonna turn me around.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to say it is a pleasure to be here with all you beautiful, lovely people. So if you don't mind, I'm going to come out into the audience and tell you my story. And we're going to talk about faith.
That's right.
Since we're going to church this morning, I talk about faith because I base my life on faith. Now, my story is not like a lot of you. Where I came from, I was born in the coal fields of West Virginia. My dad was a coal miner. We didn't have much. Actually, we were so poor till even the rats and roaches moved out of our house because they were afraid we would eat them. My dad was earning $600 a year working in the mines. But what they taught us was believe in God, believe in yourself. And my dad used to gather his boys. There was 6 boys in the family. And every day, almost every day, he would tell us, you know, I have nothing to give you except my name. And tell you about the Almighty. He said, if you hold on to your faith and treat your name right, you'll go a long way in life. So I've lived by those rules. He said a good name is better than all the money in the world. So I've tried to uphold the name Ellison. Thank you. I saw how hard my dad was working, only making about $600 a year, and how he was being treated. Keep in mind, a lot of you don't know this, but I'm 83 years old. I don't look it. I still got the moves. But I'm 83 years old. Still got it. And now people ask me, how can you look the way you look and walk the way you walk and move the way you move? And you're 83 years old.
And dress the way you dress.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the story goes like this. And I tell people this all the time. People say, you don't look 83 years old. I said, yes, I do. This is how an 83-year-old man look if you take care of yourself. So you're looking at a man that's never drank in his life, never, ever drank alcohol. I've never touched drugs in my life. When I was 14 years old, I puffed on a few cigarettes. And then I left that alone. So I've been basically drug-free all my life. Now we're going to talk about faith. When I said I taught myself to play guitar when I was 13 years old. And I said, I'm never, ever going to work for anybody. Not that I was against working, but I didn't
see any advantage for me, especially during that period of my life. My dad was working. My mom kept the lock on the refrigerator so we couldn't have seconds. And when I turned 17 years old, I'd had enough of the poverty. And also, I'm going to back up a bit. You want to hear my story, don't you? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm not saying this for you to make you feel down, but I'm telling you the story because of faith, my faith. When I was 14 years old, and keep in mind the time frame, right? We're talking about the late 50s. I taught myself to play guitar. And one morning, I had to quit school because my parents couldn't afford to send me to school. So I quit school and I got a job working from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And I worked 7 nights a week. Every penny I made, I gave it to my parents. One day, there was an announcement on the radio that there was a talent contest going on the radio station. And the winner would win $500, which was almost as much as my dad was making in a year, and a trip to New York to record. So I knew I was good. So I entered this contest. I was the only black person sitting in that room. It was a room sort of like this. I was the only black person sitting in there. And every time someone went through that door into that auditioning room, and they sang, I got it. You can't beat me. I knew I was, everyone that went through that door, and they came out, I knew I was better. Then he called my name. I walked in, he said, okay, what are you gonna sing? I said, I'm gonna do a song by Chuck Berry called School Days. They said, okay, let's hear it. I said, up in the morning and out to school. I'm singing. All of a sudden, one of the judges put his hand up. He said, that's it. This contest is over, we have a winner. I just smiled to myself, and I turned around. I started walking back out the door with my guitar in my hand. They forgot to turn off that intercom that was over the door. And so as soon as that door closed, but the speakers are still on. He said, one said to the other, what do you mean we got a winner? The word said, the other guy said, well, this guy's great. No one's going to be better than him. This contest is over. He said, I don't care how good he is. He's a nigger. And he said, there's no way we're going to let a nigger win this contest. You know, it was like somebody put a knife through me because I was not expecting to hear that. If I had lost because I cheated, or if I wasn't good enough, I could have accepted that. But I lost because of something I couldn't change, the color of my skin. But you know what it did for me? Made me angry, tears came into my eyes, and I turned around and I looked back. I said, that's okay. You think you can stop me? I'm going to show you can't stop me. And I walked out with that attitude. And guess what happened? About 5 years ago, the great-grandson of that same radio station, he owns it now. And he said to me, when I came into the town, he heard that John Ellison was in town. He didn't know what his great-grandparents did, said, or his grandparents. He said, I want to meet Mr. Ellison. And I went in. He said, Mr. Ellison, what an honor to meet you. But you see, I kept my faith. And God always put in my head that love overpowers evil. And so that's my frame of mind. And I tell people, if you don't want to get to know me, you know what? You just lost out on meeting a great guy and a nice guy. So my life has been full of obstacles, but I use obstacles for stepping stones. And I keep my faith. I'm going to share one faith with you, and then I'm going to sing you a song. My mother passed away in 2004. She had 2 strokes, and the 3rd stroke she had, it left her totally paralyzed. And my brother called me, he said, John, you need to come to the hospital. He said, because the doctors have said that Mom is not going to make it. Well, I refused to believe that. I was in Toronto, Canada, when I got the news my mom was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I drove nonstop from Toronto to Winston-Salem, praying all the way that my mom would be alive when I reached her. I walked into the room when I got to the hospital. It was about 2 in the morning. And I looked at my mom. I said, Mom, I said, I'm here. I said, can you hear me? My mom's face was all twisted. Her hands was like this, and her head was back. I said, Mom, I'm here. No sound. And then all of a sudden, she started gasping for breath. And I got into bed with my mom, and I pulled her up. I had my back against the headboard, and I pulled her up between my legs, and I had my arms around her. And I started singing Amazing Grace. And when I finished the song, my mom started singing. And she said, Amazing Grace. And I was shocked. I said, what? I said, Mom, is that you singing? And the only thing my mom said was, I said, Mom, I said, if you're singing, I want you to sing with me. And I started singing that song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. It was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour Thank you. Then I said to my mom, I said, Mom, you're singing. And the only thing that my mom's face became clear, very straight, like nothing had ever happened to her. Hands were moving. And I said, Mom, you're singing. She said, I want you to sing another song for me. And then she said, I said, what do you want me to sing, Mom? She said, sing Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. And as I got ready to sing, she said, no, let's play Crazy Eights. That's right. I said, okay, Mom. Then I called my brothers. I said, you guys got to come to the hospital. And my brother said, did she pass away? I said, no, man, Mom is over here singing. We're playing Crazy Eights. He said, that's impossible. He said, she had a stroke. She's paralyzed. I said, man, you got to get here. Mom is not paralyzed. Nothing is wrong with her. My brothers, they all rushed to the hospital, and they ran in and looked at her. They said, Mom, you all right? And my mom looked up and said, yeah, I'm okay. You okay? That is God. That's why I tell you about God. My mom and I, we sat and we played Crazy Eights till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And then she said to me, she said, I'm tired. She said, I want to get some sleep. Well, the next day was Mother's Day. And so all the family came and we took Mom out of the hospital, down on the lawn at the hospital. We opened gifts. And I was looking at Mom. I said, Mom, I said, what do you think about last night? So she said, what do you mean? I said, us singing, and she said, who was singing? I said, we were singing. She said, boy, I don't know what you're talking about. But that was God. That's what I tell you about God in my whole life. I mean, I could be here all day telling you things that have happened in my life that I know that there's God, and I live by faith. That's why I am who I am and where I am today, is because of my faith. I'm going to share one more story, and then we're going to get into some more music. This is a quick one. In 1974, I had an opportunity to go to Yugoslavia to perform. This agent that I met, he said, you guys, I want to take you to Yugoslavia. You can make all kinds of money. I said, okay. I told the guys in the band about it, and they said, well, who's buying the tickets? And I said, well, I didn't ask him. I went back and I asked the guy, and he said, well, if you guys buy your tickets, he said, the first concert that you do, you will get all your money back. So I went and told the guys, and they said, no, we're not. If he wants us to go, he got to pay for us. So I went to my wife, and I said, honey, I said, I got this opportunity. I said, I've been praying. I wanted to go to Europe. And I said, it's finally happening. I said, how would you feel if I bought the tickets for everybody? My wife said, that's fine. She said, I'm going too, though. I said, okay. Now, my wife at the time was 3 months pregnant, and we had a 2-year-old daughter. So I bought tickets for everybody, came back to the agent. I said, okay, we're ready to go. He said, okay, John. He said, I'll tell you what's even better. He said, I have a friend in Yugoslavia. He said, and when we get there, instead of renting a vehicle, he said, bring some money and we can buy a vehicle and use it for the 6 months on the tour. And then when it's over, you sell the vehicle back to the dealer. I said, okay, it sounds good, right? So I took enough money. We all got on the plane. We arrived in Yugoslavia and we went, checked in the hotels, and then the agent and myself, we went to the other promoter. Well, they were arguing when I got there. I don't know what they were saying because they were speaking in their language. And after about 45 minutes, listen to all this gibberish going on. I mean, they're foreign language. It wasn't my language. It wasn't gibberish, but they knew what they were saying. I didn't know. So finally, he turns to me and he says, John, we got a problem. I said, what's the problem? And he said to me, he said, well, Tony, which is the name of the guy that brought us over, he said, Tony lied to you. He said, there is no tour. And he said, and furthermore, and oh, by the way, the tickets that I had bought, because he told me that we were going to be there for 6 months, I bought at a discount, so I had to stay in Yugoslavia for 3 months before you go back home. So here we are, we're in Yugoslavia. I got a pregnant wife and a 2-year-old daughter, and I got to go back and tell these guys in the band, we don't have a tour. And you can, I'll assure you, you know the response I got. So everybody just freaked out. I mean, they was, oh my God, and especially my wife. Can you imagine a pregnant woman can't go home, and I got my 2-year-old daughter? So we started looking for instruments. We couldn't find anyone to rent equipment. 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by, and I'm paying for everything. 3 weeks, but I kept saying, something's got to happen. God would not do this to me. So the 3rd week, tension is building. I told my wife, I said, look, let's just go for a drive. Something spoke to me and said, go for a drive, John, get out of here. I get in my car, in this van, my wife and I and my daughter, and we're driving. Nowhere, just going. After about 2 hours, something said to me, turn around, go back. I turned the van around, we started heading back. Within 15 minutes after I turned that van around, it died. In the middle of nowhere. It was so desolate, you could see a car maybe every 15, 20 minutes. No houses around. My wife started bawling out, oh my God, what are we gonna do? John, I wanna go home, I wanna go home. And I said, look honey, I don't know what we're gonna do. I said, but I can tell you this, God would not bring me this far and abandon me. What's gonna happen? I don't know. I said, but something's gotta happen. Well, every time I see a car, I jump out of the car and I try to flag them down. Nobody would stop. So I tried to make a bed in the back of the van. It was getting late. And I'm sitting there with my hand on my face, just staring out the window and praying. About 11 o'clock that night, I see these headlights in my rearview mirror. I didn't even get out of the van. I just sat there. This big truck comes by me and it pulls over. The guy gets out, he looked almost like Jesus, full of beard. He had a face full of beard and he spoke English. He gets out and he comes, knocks on the window, I open the window. He said, I see your car is parked. Do you have a problem? I said, yeah, it won't start. I don't know what happened. He said, well, let's see if we can get it started. We couldn't get it started. So he said, I can give you a ride where you're going. I said, but I got my wife and my baby in the back of the van. He said, well, let them sit in the passenger seat and you and my friend sit behind us in the back of the van, just behind the seats. I said, okay. But you know, when you open the doors, lights come on in this van, in this truck rather. So I'm walking through there was this aisleway between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. I'm walking through it, and I look up. This truck is full of musical equipment. Amplifiers, drums, sound system, everything you can think of is in this truck. And I said to the guy, I said, are you guys a band? He said, no. He laughed. He said, no, we're not a band. I said, if you're not a band, what are you doing with all this musical equipment? His exact words were, we look for artists that want to tour. Honest to God. He said, we look for artists that want to tour. We're from Vienna, and we set up tours and we supply the instruments. And I looked at my wife. I said, would you repeat that? He said, we look for artists that want to tour. And he said, we supply the equipment. I said, man, I have a band. We're from the U.S. and we want to tour. He said, no. I said, yeah. He drove us back to the hotel where we were staying. They checked into the hotel. The next morning, he called Vienna, the agency that he's working for, said, I found a group from the U.S. and they want a tour. They set us up on a tour for the next 8 months, all through Yugoslavia, Italy, Austria, Germany. You see, everybody gave up except me. I kept saying, God is going to fix it. And as they say, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. All right, we're going to do some music for you now. Thank you. Now that's what you call faith. You gotta believe. If you believe, you will receive. Okay, what are we gonna do? Here's a story I'm sorry, not a story, but this is a song that I wrote because I found through life that a lot of times when you start talking about the Almighty, a lot of people try to change the subject. So I wrote a song called Nobody Want to Talk About Jesus. It goes like this. with just a little bread. Made a lame man walk, oh, he made a blind man see. Even gave up his life to save you and me. And when you mention his name, people don't know what to say. When you try to talk about him, people wanna walk away. For a man that did so much to save mankind, how can you so easily erase him from your mind? It seems like nobody wants to talk about Jesus. Never even mention the work he's done. It seems like nobody wants to talk about Jesus. Does anyone remember he was God's only son? I said nobody wanna talk about Jesus. Nobody wanna talk about Jesus. No, nobody wanna talk about Jesus. Nobody wanna talk about Thank you very much. Nobody want to talk about Jesus. Well, if you want to talk about it, remember, Jesus is the answer. Keep that in mind. Here's an old gospel hymn from way back. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Study everyone. Well, I ain't gonna study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Study one no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. Study one no more. Well, I ain't gonna study one no more. I ain't gonna study one no more. 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 Now you get down. Yes, I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Study everyone no more. Well, I ain't gonna study one no more. I ain't gonna study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. Thank you. All right, here's another song I wrote. This song is called When You Talk to Jesus. Put in a word for me. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for me. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him, help us down the way. Lord knows I'm weak, and I'm trying to be strong. I keep saying I'm gonna do right, I keep doing wrong. Just another sinner, I can't help myself. Ain't nobody perfect, and I'm like everybody else. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him I need him, help us on our way. Play your song. Sing songs and things that get better by and by. Many times I've seen my mama hang her head and cry. And we never know in life what we might have to go through. Just might come to me one day and say, put in a word for you. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us, hallelujah. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him to help us on our way. You know, sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I know he's the reason that I'm still around. I've been down so low, been like I was on my bed, standing here in the need of a prayer, and I ain't too proud to beg. So when you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him, help us on our way. I say, when you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him, help us on our way. I said, when you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him to help us find our way. Yeah, when you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Hallelujah. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. Tell him we need him to help us find our way. Tell him we need him to help us find our way. Tell him we need him to help us find our way. Tell him we need him to help us find our way. Thank you. Thank you. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. That sounds so good, I want to do it again. I say, when you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. my way. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. When you talk to Jesus, put in a word for us. You know, I'm going to do another song that I wrote. And this song, I was inspired to write this song because of all the division in the world and all the chaos that's going on. So I wrote a song. It's called If I Had Just One Wish. And you can dance to this song too. It's a good song to dance. And you can even help us sing it if you want. All you got to say, if I had just one wish. Every time it comes to that punchline, you can sing it. Everybody. Because what we need, as I mentioned earlier, what's the most important thing that we need in this world is love. So this song is about peace and love. you if I had just one wish. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to bring a young man up here. and he's also he has an amazing voice. He's gonna sing a few songs for you. Let's give it up for Gary one time.
Thank you so much. I have to say, this is one of the great honors of my life. Knowing these guys, Carah and I go back, you know that. Well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along when the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh yeah, and the morning is bright, and the lamp is a light, and the night is as black as the sea. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sad time, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh yeah. Well, the bird shall be gentle, and the wolves will be tamed, and the lion shall lay down with the lamb. Oh yeah. And the beast from the wild shall be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature that I am. Oh yeah. There'll be peace in the valley for me someday. There'll be peace in the valley for me. You know I pray there'll be no sad time, no sorrow, no troubles are free. There will be peace in the valley for me. There will be peace in the valley for me. There will be peace in the valley for me.
Your own Gary Croft.
Thank you so much.
We take them with us, but there's no room in the trunk.
Let's give it up again for Gary. One more time for Gary. All right. really appreciate going to church with you today. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, you know I'm gonna be in number. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Marching in. Thank you. Yeah, when the saints go marching in. All right, yeah, when the saints go marching in, you know I'm gonna be in that number. I said, oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, you know I'm gonna be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in. Thank you. Hey, Jupiter.
Yeah, baby.
Go ahead and lay one on them for me.
Okay.
I know you got one back there. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to feature Jupiter. All right. Come on, Jupiter.
I got you.
You got me?
Gotcha.
Well, I have a few more tears to shed, and I have a few more burdens to bear, and I have a few more times to give up, rights from wrong. But I'm gonna keep on trusting in God's word until that battle that I fought, victory's won. So if you get there before I do, please save a seat for me. Save a seat for me. Save a seat for me. I've asked my mother for me and my grandfather for me, that if you get there, won't you please for me, save that last seat for me. Won't you save a seat for me? I pray. Woo! Sometimes a
save a seat for, save a seat for me. 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 Save a seat. Save a seat. Save a seat. Save a seat for me. 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 Save a seat for me.
I'm gonna do a song. This is a song that was a favorite song of my dad's. It's another slow song. So if you wanna hold your loved one, because you don't know, and I'm being serious when I say this, we never know in life when is the last time. I mean, it's just a fact of life. This was my dad's favorite song. This is one of these mornings won't be very long. You gonna look for me, and I'll be gone. I'm going to a place where I've got nothing to do but just walk around heaven all day. There'll be no more sorrow, no more tears to shed. We'll sing and shine all day long. My mother, she will be there, and my father too, will just walk around heaven all day. Can't you see I'm crying? I got tears all in my eyes. Won't you sit down, see the light, and lift me up to paradise. There'll be no more sorrow, no more tears to shed. We'll sing and shout just walk around. Said we just walk around. Oh, just walk around. We just walk around. Oh, gonna walk around. We'll just walk around. Walk around heaven all day. Thank you very much.
Like John says, you've got to be a soldier in the army of the Lord to make it across that river Jordan. You see your mother, your father, your sister. Hey! I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. And I'm a good soldier in the army. Well, now when I get to heaven, I'm gonna sing and shout. Ain't nobody there gonna turn me out. I'm gonna walk with the angels, talk with the sun, tell 'em about that mean old world I come from. 'Cause I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. Now I've got a mother in the promised land. Hey girl, I don't expect to stop and just hey, shake her hand. I'm gonna walk with angels, shout and sing. Breathe on angels gonna soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. Come on, y'all, put your hands together. Come on. Hey. Oh, I got to see it, got to see it, got to see it. Stomp your feet. Well, now, if you don't believe that I've been redeemed, follow me on down by that Jordan Sea. See, my head got so wet with the midnight dew. Listen, I'm so glad that I'm a witness to 'cause I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a good soldier in the army. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a good soldier in the army of the Lord.
All right. Okay, this next song that we're going to do, what I'm going to do with this song, this is a song that I lay claim for. This is the song, She's Some Kind of Wonderful. But what we are going to do with this song today, we're going to say Jesus is some kind of wonderful. Because he is some kind of wonderful. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready for it? Jesus the way I do. Got to be somebody to know Jesus the way that I do. Tell me, hey, can I get a witness? 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 Say, can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? I said, I'm talking about Jesus. Some kind of wonderful. Talking you know Jesus the way that I do? If you do, let me see you raise your hand. Do you know Jesus the way I do? Let me see you wave your hand. Tell me, can I get a witness? 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 I said I'm talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. Talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. Not Jesus, some kind of wonderful. Talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. Forget about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. Talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. I said some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful. 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 I said he's some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful. He's some kind of, he's some kind of, he's some kind of, he's some kind of, he's some kind of. I said he's some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful. Talking about Jesus, some kind of wonderful, yeah, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Well,
I guess we got time for one more.
we got time, one more time to talk about Jesus. I want to know, how did he make you feel this morning? Do he make you feel all right? I want to know, does Jesus make you feel all right? You know, let me tell you how he make me feel. I feel all right. When I think about how good God has been to me, make this morning say, feel alright. Yeah. Make me wanna shake all over. Yeah, you know, it make me wanna just move all over and wave my hands. I want to know, do you feel like I do? I want to know, do you feel like I do? And every time I think about my Jesus, you know he makes me want to shout, throw my head, shout, keep my legs, shout, throw my arms, shout, jump up and shout, shout, I want to shout, shout, I want to shout, shout, I feel like shout, shout, I want to shout, shout, hey, 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 he makes me wanna shout, throw my arms up and shout, keep my head down. wanna jump up and down. He's the one. Jesus is the one that can deliver. I just want to know, do you know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, let me hear you say yeah. I want to hear you say yeah. Let me show you how you make me feel. Yeah. You know he makes me want to shout. Throw my hands, shout, come on, y'all. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, come on now. Shout, come on now. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, talk about Jesus. Come on now. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, come on, y'all. Shout, hey, 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 talking about Jesus. Thank you. Peace, love. Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much for having us back. It's our favorite thing we do. And you've got a whole days of great music going on.
The Carpenter rounds, yeah!